Collective, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Justice coming back at y'all with another YouTube read, another energy read. Remember to take what resonates and leave the rest, please. Energy is also timeless, so if this finds you, it's probably meant to find you at a resonant time in your day. All likes, comments, shares, and subscribers, so appreciate it. We are within 54 subscribers last time I checked, 54 till 10, and I really appreciate every single like, comment, subscribe, every single grace of just every single pursuit of support and encouragement that you guys have sent me every day. Just new people I'm coming across. It's just nice, that you guys spend some time with me and really gratify it. I gratify the reflection as well, and I really just every video I want to just take time to appreciate and humbly say thank you. Oof. But if you need a personal booking with me, hit up Shamika Sun with a C in Shamika at gmail.com. And without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and get started, y'all. Ancestors of the highest white light, please bestow upon me and remove any distractions, distortions from my energy field between me and the viewer viewing this across the other side of the screen. And please bestow upon me clear and concise channel messages for the Divine Collective as to what's the general energy theme today and what needs to be heard. Thank you, and I say the King of Pentacles. So there's something about maintaining some sense of stability, creating stability, or it's something about the King of Pentacles can represent one that can take care of oneself spiritually, materially, financially, socially, but it's about a stability that one has, and more so a masculine energy, so a yang energy, which can represent a material energy. It can represent how you show up. It can show up how you embody your stability within self, to embrace yourself, to show up in your masculine side, so how you show up in the world. But there's something about the yang energies and being stabilized in whatever this yang energy represents. So I think this is material. I think this is emotional, psychological. But I feel like if it is emotional and psychological, which can be spiritual yin concepts, but these are playing into the concepts of how you embrace yourself and courageously either step forward, move forward, or show up somewhere, someplace, or somehow. There's some significance about that. Showing up as your true self, showing up as your highest self, showing up as your best self, showing up as your most confident self, showing up as your most, whether that's just acknowledging your humility, and when I say acknowledging humility, that was such a generalization, but I was really meaning like acknowledging your humility by, let's say you got an opportunity to go to a networking event. I may be tapped into some type of art, entrepreneur, or some type of free-spirited kind of movement or mission of yours, whoever I'm tapping into. But let's say that there's some type of opportunity that you have, and I'm saying that gratification of, you get to meet these people. You don't know what these people are going to impact your life. You don't know who's going to impact your life. You get to go to this place. I get to get on here. I get to record today. I get to, gratify my presence and my opportunities is what I'm saying. I guess this is like an embracing of opportunities for a King of Pentacles. This may lead to wealth. This may lead to stability. It may lead to you furthering some sense of stability in whatever realm that represents. But I guess what I'm getting is there's some type of opportunity arising, or a sense of newness of opportunities. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ace of Pentacles followed out, but isolation saved your life. I'm gonna wait on that. Followed by judgment. I'm gonna wait on that too. Isolation saved your life, and judgment. Jealousy around you. Okay, so I'm getting from... So there's a need to show up a certain way or embrace, that's why I was saying psychological, emotional. This is about you showing up, embracing yourself, you owning who you are. I think that's a general thing. With the King of Pentacles followed by the jealousy and the other kind of like distasteful energy, right? I think it's about you setting yourself apart, whether you hermiting for a little bit or whether that's you just like in your downtime alone, preparing yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, materially, financially, every single second, every day, every single moment you find the time to find the window, the nuance in the moment, you can find it, to empower yourself or to structure yourself or to be focused on how you structure yourself, how you empower yourself, how you show up. There's a sense of, or a need to show up in your highest self-worth or highest stability at this time, or show up as yourself. Just clean. And when I say clean, like showing up as yourself unapologetically but professionally in your own way. Professionally can be so subjective. Really take that where it resonates. But your power is meant to be seen and felt by many. I think this is like a preparation, like I was hearing ancestral messages. So somebody I'm tapping into could have a big opportunity coming in that you need to be ready for. There's something about that, you know, that may put you in an emperor energy. Emperor energy followed, and also King of Pentacles followed out. These are yang energies we're focusing on. So this is material world, devil energy. And when I say devil energy, it's not demonic. Devil energy, they're all of one of the same. That light and dark is one of the same. They co-align in the same sphere to bring the duality in front of us that we are interacting with in our day-to-days. But clear ability, saying this to say there's a sense of perception or a higher perception that's needed with what I was just saying. There's a higher perception needed over a certain situation that maybe bring you turbulence in terms of, I feel like turbulence coming from in a sense of like social, psychological turbulence. So when I'm saying empowering yourself, embracing yourself, showing up as yourself, owning it, that turbulence may come from outside energies that, of course, are inevitable that you're gonna have to deal with. I talk about this a lot in videos, outside energies, and how much power that does not have over your reality, but it does have a sense of power. Don't get it fucked up. And I'm being specified to go into this. It has a sense of power to where it's basically somebody throwing energy at you. And like I said in the previous video, you already have this flame that you kind of take whatever your flame is going at, somebody else's flame, and they're shooting fucking fire arrows at you. You kind of take what the hell that flame does to your flame, right? Is it going to magnify, or is it going to put your flame out? Or is it going to go at your flame and cause tension? That's your choice. It's just a psychological awareness. So you were selected and crowned by your ancestors from the jump. So this may be something that you've been prepared for a long time. This may be something that you may not even know you were being prepared for. Maybe there's something that you've been aligning to, feeling your way to. And when I say feeling my way to, I mean your way to. It's intuitively. So you're taking steps out of intuition, not knowing where that intuition is leading you, but maybe it's starting to physicalize. Maybe it's starting to actualize. Maybe it's starting to pick up momentum. And maybe there's a need to be more precautious. Maybe there's a need to be more aware of how you're coming off, aware of your choices, how those choices connotate what that means to how you're looking at yourself, how you're looking at the world. A lot of your choices, a lot of things, the inner world, what am I saying? Let me slow down. The outside world that we're looking at, that we want to change, is a lot easier to change and a lot quicker to change through a perception lens shift, right? When I say lens shift, it goes from, okay, you're trying to change this outside situation. Let's say it's money. It's easy to talk about money. 808. You're trying to change this money situation by going outside and pushing at things harder, or going harder at things energetically, but that probably stagnates your energy more. It's really about going within, and maybe you have some emotional blockages around money. Maybe you have some lack consciousness around money. Maybe you have some ancestral or genetic issues around money or trauma around money, you know. That's just an example. But emotionally, psychologically, those things from your inner world are what's being projected outerly. So when I'm saying that to say there's a need for empowering yourself from inside. So the yin energy is coming back in. This is where the duality comes in. Your ancestors are always with you, and this is where spiritual assistance always comes in. Also comes in. Calling upon your ancestors from your inner world. That's where they are there for. Your spirit guides, spirit team. Even if you're unaware of them, even if you don't know how to communicate, even if you're not tapped in so much with that, this is where this comes into play, because they are assisting and associating with you on an unseen level. So those type of things can help you out to physically manifest before you in the 3D. And that's where your jurisdiction holds, right? In terms of our ego conscious. Of course, we're in those realms too, but a lot of people aren't so tapped into those other realms. But we have full jurisdiction over this one, right? So it's just a perception for somebody. So evil eye and hating eyes around you, it's the perception of empowering yourself through it. And knowing that you got to change that lens, you know, that eye. And the more and more you go toward whatever that is that people may scrutinize, ostracize or cause resistance or turbulence in some form or way, shape, or form to what it is you carry, offer, bring to the table, show up as, speak up as, believe as, whatever that is meant to cause shifts into not only you, it's supposed to cause shifts, let me slow down. It's supposed to cause shifts not only into them, but into you. In terms of the more and more you go towards something that people don't like about you, the more and more you understand why they don't like it about you. And the more and more you can understand and empathize on a level that, what does that mean about what they don't like about themselves or what they don't like about the world around them? It's not always so deep like this. You don't have to always go deep like this, but I got a lot of empaths on here that tap into me. And a lot of you have a lot of deep missions, especially if you're family line, especially if you go by that black sheep role. It's just a label. But a lot of people, it can be multiple. It doesn't have to be one person. It's all labels, right? But if you've been ostracized, you're the different one, trailblazer, whatever, right? It's meant for you to go down that healing, to heal and understand the perspectives of one, to cancel out maybe a karmic cycle that is unbeknownst to those in your lineage, right? Maybe you're going ahead of them and doing something for that. And maybe it's not even a lineage. Maybe it's a new family of yours. Maybe it's it still is lineage. Maybe it's your friend group. Maybe it's a workplace. Maybe it's an organization. Maybe you do it different than anybody has done it before. Maybe it's meant like that. Maybe you're just aligned to this video, and I'm just giving you confirmation on that intuitive nudge, vision, goal, whatever you're doing and showing up as. There's a need to show up and own it. Own your presence. And a lot of that, owning yourself, when I say that, it usually doesn't come from a place of arrogance. You know, some people push their esteem through arrogance. You know, Kanye West came to my head. But he's one of probably the most confident, genuine, confident people I've seen. But he's also, you can tell, he's probably one of the most insecure people at the same time. It's a duality. But what am I saying that to say? I'm saying the most confidence usually comes from, you know, getting over yourself. And owning yourself really takes a lot of like being rather than thinking. You know, you would think that the most confident person is thinking that he's all this, all that, but that confident person is probably just being. That's a significant message for somebody. The awareness, the present moment, letting yourself be, getting over yourself. And I said that in a few videos ago. Like, for me, it's been a proactive, recurring, progressive element of me getting over myself. And that's what helps me embrace, accept, and operate from a place of balance and not a place of identity shifting. Or, you know, when I say identity shifting, it's like molding into different environments based on mirroring effects, right? And sometimes we just need to show up as ourselves and be that trailblazing kind of relativity point that I speak of a lot. Many powerful people are mentioning your name in rooms you've never stepped in. You just never know how you impact someone's day. You never know whose day you touch. You never know what your word of insight offers to somebody, what your vibration offers to somebody, what you speaking up offers to somebody, what you talking about your issues, or maybe not your issues, maybe talking about what you have an issue with. You don't know how that impacts somebody, you know, instead of shutting up. And that's also a message for a few people, you know. I had an encounter with my father yesterday, and it opened me up. It showed me where I wasn't open at all. I wasn't available. And it's a deep story with that. It's a lot of elements to that, but like just the perspective, you know, just being able to own what it is that you offer in this world, and being able to get over oneself in terms of sometimes there's a pride, sometimes there's a shame within oneself. Maybe that's developed, internalized through your environment, through said people, through situations, but sometimes it can be through yourself. And I'm saying this to say, like, sometimes you can internalize a lot of your trauma to reoccur it in terms of your thoughts every day. And sometimes there's a need to surrender and take that time to think about those thoughts, to maybe meditate on those thoughts, maybe meditating on those thinkings. It's like, damn, is it still relevant to me today? It may have been relevant to me 2 weeks ago. It may have been relevant to me 2 hours ago, 2 minutes ago. Is it relevant to me now? And that's just how time is moving nowadays. It's just fluctuating in terms of the ascension. Everybody's kind of starting to think different. Everybody's starting to think outside of a lot of things that we never would have thought to think, because it would have been like, why the fuck are you thinking like that? Like maybe 5 years ago, you know? But there's a need with the Four of Swords to rest and rejuvenate, restore your energy, you know, grounding in nature. From maybe you dealt with evil willed family or friends, or when I say that, when that card really depicts maybe the intentions. It doesn't necessarily niggas is wicked, evil, and I'm not saying people ain't. I'm not. I got a lot of people in my comments that go through some wicked shit. But even the ideal of wicked, you know, that person that's doing the wicked shit, I mean, it's usually from their subjective perspective, it's just probably either somebody's trying to escape, trying to find a way to cope, or trying to find their own peace, right? And so that's the fact of the matter at the end of the day for everybody. So it's just your connotation also at the end of the day, which is your power also to give and to take away from anything that you should or shouldn't connotate such importance to. I said something similar in another message. This is a form of energy harvesting that you may not have to bring out of your frequency. You know what I'm saying? Energy harvesting it doesn't usually come from, oh, he's doing this to my fucking frequency. You know what I mean? No. He's probably like, a person can really traumatize you and just take your energy without even knowing it, because you didn't heal over it. Didn't know that they were, you know, living rent free in your head in terms of the awareness, ego, and your ego conscious. And them not even knowing, like sometimes when I say, like, this is a random message, I guess I'm going on a rabbit hole, but like some narcissists are real, but some people really don't know that they've traumatized you. And I've spoken from a place, you know, that I've had narcissistic traits. There's people that I've hurt. And don't get it messed up. Like, I've definitely have experiences as a karmic ass individual. And I also want to remind people of that too. I'm just a person too, getting, you know, not just a person, you know, we shouldn't say that. We're more than that, but I'm human, having a human experience too. Very much making mistakes too, very much a lot more imperfect than I always felt like that personally on an ego level. I always felt just a little more like just a lot of imperfections that come with it. And I guess I'm saying this to say, you know, whoever I'm tapping into, you may have a lot of things, a lot of wisdom, a lot of keys to a lot of dualities to you. And I think you should embrace it, own it within yourself, and really try your best to get over yourself more and more and more. And when I say that, it doesn't mean you're too cocky or too arrogant. Sometimes people are too shameful of themselves. Sometimes people are too insecure. You still need to get over yourself. It's the same thing. It's the same pride. It's the same ego. It doesn't have to be a good thing. That's just a message for somebody. Sometimes when you're too ashamed of yourself, sometimes you're too like this. Sometimes you got to get over yourself too. And that's a real message. And I'm saying that straight from my heart. And this is a recent lesson for me, you know? And I think these are most of my messages. They are fake, cut it off. I don't know what I'm getting from that. But I guess with any fake energies that are, I mean, what does that have to do with? Oh, Six of Swords. Okay, so you may be cutting off, and whoever I'm tapping into, you may be going through a period of like 1818 as I say that, which represents 1, 8, 9s. New beginnings, endings in order. So 8s represent balance and karma. Can represent abundance too. But 9s represent endings, spiritual enlightenment, wisdom, learning lessons. And 1s represent beginnings. So transition, Six of Swords, with they are fake, cut it off. I feel like you're either contemplating transitioning, starting off new. I feel like there's a lot of endings that are happening on a general collective level in terms of shifts. I feel like these shifts can connotate relationship endings, perception changes, path realignments, refinements, self-refinements. I feel like these things, whatever this is, this creates an energetic shift for a multitude of course, like this creates a shift for people on an energetic level to enter different timelines. And when I say timelines, different neural pathways that can lead to a whole different experience than what was known to previously be possible, right? Or achievable, or, you know what I mean? It's a different timeline. There's a significance on, you standing strong and nurturing yourself at this time, because I feel like for a few people you've transitioned from a lot of things that you're used to or were familiar with the Page of Pentacles, to follow a vision that represents a vision, is a desire, a goal. So that's why you need to own it, show up, because you probably have a huge opportunities, or you're walking into these new beginnings that I'm speaking of, which could be your justice for said situations that we're dealing with, the energies that we didn't give too much energy to, right? The jealousies and shit, they came out in this energy read. But if you pay attention to how I handled that energy, that should give you, just not follow the same thing. We all have our own perceptions, but pay attention to that. How I just like went around that energy, and it's like an energetic dance. You know, that's significant for somebody to not run around responsibility, don't run around, but run around the bullshit. You know what I mean? Certain things are meant to be sent towards you to take your peace, take your peace and light from you, right? And replace that, like I said, with shadow figures. You know, when you're a light being, you coming off so light, bruh, it feels fair to anybody to just drop that load onto you. It's almost like you can carry it in their perception. A lot of people, empaths, you're not looking at yourself like that. And a lot of times we can feel everybody else, but we're not feeling for ourselves. So just probably my final message, you know, to own yourself and to own your empowerment. And, you know, if you need a hermit away, do so. You know what I mean? To take time to yourself to embrace changes and embrace transitions and embrace these new beginnings that you're creating for yourself. Whoever I'm tapped into and whoever I'm tapped into as well. It's a few people that got some big shit on the way, because I'm not going to take that message for granted in the beginning, because I got an energy like there's some big things coming in for somebody, for some group of people. So it's probably going to be similar to that message. It's probably going to be a title like owning yourself, owning that empowerment, owning your gifts, your beliefs, your truth. You know, your style of living. You know what I mean? Whatever that jurisdiction of whatever you choose to be holds and connotate as what you behold to be true. So it is. So it shall be. That's my final message for you guys, collective. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all been showing me so much love, and it never goes unnoticed, and it's never unappreciated. I just thank y'all so much. And if you need a personal booking with me, hit up Shamika-san with a C in Shamika at gmail.com. And we're going to go ahead and get started on maybe another general. Either if not that, I'm going to get on these personals, because Lord knows. But it's your boy Justice. I'll show y'all.